Welcome back, this is M-Dog. Here I am starting the video and you can't even see the game yet. This is perfect. There we go. Alright, so we are going to head back as we claim our reels of fortune. We're going to head back and do a little bit of fishing here off the coast of Japan once again. So, I've been really enjoying this update. I got to be honest. I keep hoping, and maybe this just isn't going to happen. Maybe they're pleased with how it's going here, but I keep hoping that there will be an update that will change how much XP, just increase the XP a little bit. Yeah, I just keep hoping it, but I guess that's just not going to happen. I don't know. All right, we're going to go with a 115 gram plug on rod 1, which means it probably will be pretty slow. And so that's going to put a lot more work on rod 2. And we're going to go basically with the trophy trolling setup here for rod 2, which means rod 2 should get some decent action. Now, let's see where we are on the map. I don't even remember where I was fishing last time. I just always like come in and out of the map. Oh yeah, this is where I was planning on coming today anyway. So let's see what time of day it is. Do we want to start fresh? Oh no, we're right at the peak. So this is perfect. Let's go ahead and get our rods cast out, and we'll just start trolling and look forward to catching some fish here. You know what? I think I'm going to, let's go ahead and we can probably cast this one pretty far, and it should be fine. And then we'll get trolling. And then I might come out here and actually let rod 1 go out a little bit farther. I don't know that it's necessary, but I kind of like to, and there are just fish all around. Now, where are we right now? All right, we're facing this way. I just don't remember this island right in front of. Oh, that's like the main, wait, what direction are we headed? Oh, yeah. It's just because we'll eventually turn a little left. We don't actually go all the way into that island. Okay, I got you. We're good. And we already have a big fish on the plug. Wow, okay. Okay. I can feel that plug. That's cool. So, anyway, fix my monitor here. I don't know. I just, I've had the impression that the XP for these big fish is just not quite what maybe it could be. Now, you may not agree, and there may be good reason why it's set to where it's set. Sorry, I'm trying to do too many things at one time. And please let me know if you do think that it's currently at a good place in terms of the XP and all that. By the way, we're at 100 meters out of 300. This is going to be a big fish, I can only assume. And we're just sort of chilling. And part of it honestly is part of it is just like how long these fights take. I'm wondering, has anyone tried actually trolling in reverse and just taking a chance that you can sort of chase the fish down a little bit? This fish is so big, I might try that. Wait. I don't want to lose the fish though. Oh shoot. I messed it up. Let's make sure he's still on. Oh my goodness. I guess this is why you don't do it. The fish just happened to take a run at us while I was up there trying to get things headed. Okay, we've got him back down to 100, so maybe we're just chilling unless unless he goes out past 100 again. Now, I specifically have 300 meters of line because I'm trying to conserve line. Because, you know, right now we are, well, whatever level we are, I can't tell right now because we've got a fish on. But until we get much higher level, we cannot replace this line unless we use bait coins, which, you know, we could get a spool of it or something like that for bait coins, I guess. But it's expensive. It'd be a lot of bait coins. It's not like we could do it too many times. So, I almost want to start a timer on these fish. I'm just curious, like, how much time are we actually spending on some of these larger fish? All right, so what are we thinking this is? What are the possibilities? Obviously, marlin. Marlin's a possibility, especially with the way it did a run at us like that. The big eye tuna. What are the biggest tunas? The big eye tuna. There might be another one. Pacific tuna. Whatever that fish is, that one's huge. So yeah, I mean, I feel like this fish has probably got to be one of those larger species, right? And I think whatever it is, it's going to be a trophy. What is that doing, by the way? That actually has a fish on it, and it is out there jumping or doing something wild. And it's had a fish on there for a long time. All right, now it's going to pop off. And I'm just not going to juggle with something this good. It's not going to do it. Holy cow, it dropped the fish and then it got it right back on? Oh, maybe not. That was just a nibble. Well, I still think it could be a while before we get this fish in, but we do kind of have it in the death throes of like sub 50 meters, back and forth kind of thing. I mean, that looked like a marlin to me. I'll be really curious, like, when they add shark or, you know, a couple other species to the map, kind of what that does for things. And will they actually add something? Maybe that's what they'll do. Maybe they'll add something and get a bunch of XP for it. I'm surprised that that was not a, that was not even... Look at this rod, man. This thing is just chilling with this fish. This fish was destined to come on into our boat. Every time it got away, it got right back on there. Just couldn't help itself. Trophy skip back. Just did not want to miss out on the fun here. All right, by the way, we are, yeah, we're holding a couple things here. But I'm level 63 now. So we're working on 64. And we got to get, what, 80 something to be out here naturally? I mean, we're never going to make it. Who knows? But yeah, that's the situation, huh? All right, let's go ahead and put this guy back in there and get trolling again. By the way, it still, to me, seems like on trolling, it's like slower the better. That's what it seems like. You've got to be kidding me. Okay, that's just a fake nibble. That fish is on. It's small though. Let's just pull this in real quick. One thing that's cool about this is catching these little fish, you know, mixed in with the big ones, is it is just like easy money, you know. Oh, $1,700. Oh, hey, wait, this might be the kind of line we need. So like that might actually prolong how long we can do this. That's pretty cool. That fish came in and then it went away. I'm just gonna make sure it didn't stay on. Yeah, it didn't. You saw how big it was based on the wave, but all right, let's see what's going on in the captain's seat real quick. We are going very slow, but so far it's been pretty action-packed. So look how far out that line is. I guess that line's, oh, I think I just messed up a bite. Oh, there, never mind. It was on this line, not that line. Crap, bounced off. Now it's back on. Oh, fish on this line for sure. Just kidding, nothing's for sure. Y'all see that jump? I know some people have said like, oh, don't pick it up as soon as there's a fish on, wait till you... I actually don't know that that's true. Like, I think it's either gonna be a real bite or not. Like, I don't know. It doesn't really seem to mess up the bite just by picking it up soon. Well, I must say, I'm impressed with the bite rate of this plug. I've had different experiences. Sometimes the plugs have worked well. Some days it feels like they're just too slow. I mean, it always catches big fish. I don't catch small fish on plugs very often. But I just didn't know how slow this setup would be. So that last fish came in pretty easy. It still takes a little while, but the last fish did come in pretty easy once he started coming in. But then once he was in, we realized that's because it wasn't even a trophy marlin. It was just a regular marlin. I am going to try to do this on this fish. Cut this distance down just a little bit by steering the boat towards it. Now this means I have really got to be on top of reeling, because we probably increase our chances of letting it get too much slack if it swims towards us. And I'll probably need to jump back up into the seat and like stop this nonsense in a second, but fortunately he's kind of getting off to the side. But this is helping. I mean, you know, you can see the distance, like we're closing in on the fish. Now he'll still have a lot of fight in him, so that may not help us like get it in immediately unless it just works out perfect, but I do think it overall will cut down. Certainly cuts down on our chance of losing him because of the line distance, but I haven't had a fish go 300 meters yet. I'm not saying it won't happen, it could, but so far the fish I've been catching, they've stopped somewhere around 150 meters usually, if they're really gonna run. I think we're almost at a point where I need to probably jump up there and stop it. Like, I don't know, like we could get lucky if he decides to surface right here. But if not, we probably still just need to engage in the normal fight here, right? I really hope I don't lose it because of this playing around. All right, we're good. Now we'll see how much strength he still has. Yeah, I do wonder how far this guy would have run if we hadn't done we hadn't chased him down a little bit. Back out to 75. These are these long, long encounters. But this has been a good combination. These lures, I like these two lure setups. But we've spent way more time on the plug line than I expected. Just how long these fish fights last, though. I wonder what the list of possible fish we're likely to catch on these plugs are. I'm just trying to think back. I mean, it seems like it's always big fish. I'm even trying to think what the percentage of marlin versus tuna is. I know we catch big tuna, but I think there's a lot of marlin on these plugs. Now we'll see what this is, but so hard. Like when you get them this close, it's like, please just let the fish just pause for a second so we can finish getting him in. We just need him to make one little mistake when he's this close. We actually get him in. If not, he just sits here and he wrecks our gear all day. I've had him go back out to like 50, 60 meters from here before. It's like just really, you know, it's kind of repetitive back and forth, back and forth. I kind of understand like the frustration people have had, at least from what I've heard. Fishing Planet players have been pretty frustrated. The fact that they can't do the like max locking anymore. And I didn't really ever do that in this game. I didn't play this game enough to even know that that was a thing. But from my experiences in other games, like I instinctively wanted to try to do that here on the ocean because I was like, these big fish, at some point you've just got to overpower them. But apparently with this most recent update, they've made it where the game just like destroys your gear if you try to max lock it. So I kind of get it. Like if you've been playing this game for a while and you got used to that, to be fishing again and fishing out at the sea with these massive fish, and suddenly you can't do that technique anymore. It's kind of rough. That's a lot of XP though, but I mean it took forever. You know, we can catch little mahi worth 4,000 or 5,000 XP in about 5 seconds, or we can go for the big fish, kind of have all the fun with big fish, but also just take forever. Which I like it. I just can't do it too often. You know, that's what's part of what's like limited me and how much I've been playing, because I think it's just a lot to not get a little burnout on if you really try to like grind it with these big fish, in my opinion. Trying to see. Oh, okay. I knew it was close. It's got jumping tuna and loud birds. Surprised how small a fish this trophy trolling octopus is catching. It doesn't always catch small fish, but maybe having the plug in the water right next to it's intimidating it. I'm going right for it. We're not messing around this time. We're gonna... Oh, this isn't even a very big fish. I thought it was bigger. Let's see if this works. Trolling back towards the fish when it's not a very big fish. Are we able to just like strength it right in the boat as we pass over it, or is it going to go too far below us? Because once we're over it, we're going to start working against ourselves. Yeah, that's what's happening now. Once again, I guess we just, you know, we got it in close, and now we finish him off. There's a big eye. Now again, that's kind of interesting. So is it actually better to catch non-trophies? 3,000 XP, and we get it in a few seconds. But at least with this lure I'm using, this setup I'm using on both actually, you can't reliably catch non-trophies. You're going to catch a lot of trophies mixed in. But it's kind of a weird, messed up world. That's what I'm saying. It feels like the XP's off a little bit. That would even be a thing, like that it's better to catch, it's more efficient to catch non-trophies. Kind of weird. That moment you realize that your earbuds are in the wrong ear. We've got birds and tuna right in front of us as well. Look at those like tuna all around us. That is just amazing, isn't it? Kind of staying with this because I think we're right on the verge of being able to get this in without stopping the trolling motor. Also, if this is a real fish on the other line, then still moving forward on the troll will help keep the fish on. Yeah, we got this. I mean, it's like as soon as this fish turns, we've got it in. Yeah. The trophy skipjack. And yes. All right. This one clearly is a big fish, but not too big actually. No, it's not that big. I take that back. Small fry. Albacore, 1320. Alright, what are we dealing with? Another little tuna of some sort. Alright, let's see. Okay. I just sort of want to see, like, I think this is the bigger fish, but I wouldn't mind trying to juggle these two in. It's low risk, low risk, medium reward, I guess, because neither one of these fish are going to matter that much individually, but it's good practice to see how quick I can get. So awkward. This fish is like right here at the boat. We did it though. There's albacore. And this guy's still on, so that was perfect. I still don't think it's like always comfortable to do it when you've got a big boy on, but because once you've got that time invested on the big one, it's just not worth any chance of losing, because that could be 20, 30,000 XP and a ton of money just to get a little like small thing on there. But since both of these are pretty small fish, Oh, there we go. 2200 XP for a small guy. I like that. Those Pacific bluefins are always worth good silver, it seems like, no matter what size they are. But once again, it's hard to complain, and I hope it doesn't sound like I'm complaining. I mean, this is really good fishing. It is a beautiful map, and it probably, as much as anything, has to do with expectations. I just really thought, like, okay, highest level possible map, ocean map. Again, I've played another game that when they came out with an ocean map, it was just like far and away the best way to make all of the resources in the game, such as XP and money especially. And I probably just had expectations with this one, like if you buy the DLC and you come out to the new map, it will at least give you a shortcut to try to get to a higher level where you can come here naturally. And maybe it does. I tried like a catfish farm somewhere that Blunty was telling me about, and that seemed like probably just as good. I don't know. This is more fun to me, but probably just depends on what level you are and how quickly it seems like you're leveling out here. But I really don't mean to complain about it. I just sort of thought, boy, I am really confused all of a sudden where we are. How did I get turned around? Oh well, doesn't matter. We're fishing. During one of the fish fights, did we just get completely turned around? Anyway, I think expectations has as much to do about it as anything. But once I like kind of get past some of that, like I have to admit, it is just really fun fishing out here. And I think, again, because of experiences elsewhere, this is just like one little piece of fishing that has been missing from the deep sea experience, and that is trolling for big fish like this. And so even just that fact that we can do that here, I mean, even just that is just amazing. Could be a nice little fish on this octopus. Again, I guarantee you, if we had this octopus on the first line, and then like a bucktail on this line, like is sort of what I run when I want, like, on average smaller fish, this octopus would occasionally be catching the really big ones. But I guess those are sort of few and far between, mixed in occasionally. A lot of times what you catch is this one. And what we're doing is we're end up catching the big ones on the plug, because the plugs catch big ones a lot more often. But this is a nice tuna. Looks like a nice one. See, there's part of me that would like to just go fish after fish just like this. And maybe I should do some more experimenting. Maybe there are some lesser lures, less than ideal lures that we could use that on average would catch these fish. And it would be a lot less seldom, a lot less often catching the marlin or the really big trophies and stuff. Just in terms of grinding for XP, that just feels so much more efficient to me. Wow. Oh, did we get the sound bug? I didn't realize that was still happening that much. We can't hear. Except for the occasional splash, like all sounds have disappeared. Yes. Big eye tuna. Almost 3,000 XP. Oh boy. What just came in? Destroyed this plug while we were just sitting here with that big eye. Something decent did. Now this isn't too big, it seems like so far. So this will be a good test ground. Like we've been catching these 2,500, 3,000 XP fish that we get in a few seconds. Here's one that's going to take a couple minutes at least. Maybe more. He's going straight down. Look at that. How much XP is this one? Again, it's almost like I want to get a fish timer going so I can start to really evaluate where we're at here. Not that I want to turn it straight into a numbers game. I mean, at the end of the day, like if you're either having fun or you're not. And I'm still having fun. I just have to like not do it too often. I don't even know that putting the boat in reverse helps on this guy. He's just straight down. I think we just gotta suffer through this one. Obviously this is a little bigger fish than I first thought. I haven't done a video like this in a while. I don't know if you've noticed, but we haven't really had many cuts. I'm not pausing it. The bite rate is so good, I don't have to pause the recording. We're just straight rolling pretty much this whole time, except I think there was one time that I was trying to like respond to a message, and I was realizing that like, okay, I've got to stop typing and ignoring the video at the same time. So I might have paused it for just a second, but for pretty much I've just been running it. So you've seen how long these fish fights are, and this fish now is almost at 150 meters. Remember, this fight started at about 30 meters because the lure was just like drifting with the current beneath our boat while we brought in the last fish we caught on the other line. So this has turned into quite the adventure. We haven't had a marlin run yet, so not that it can't be a marlin, but it hasn't given us any of the obvious indications that it is. We'll have to look after we catch this fish. What's the best fish we've caught today? After all, we do have to give this video a title. We could title it something to do with the plug and play nature of our lures. Oh, I kind of like that. Plug and play. See what I did there? Or we could reference whatever the best fish we catch is. I mean, it's basically just really nice, you know, it's just a marlin and tuna run. Which is never a bad idea. It's never a bad idea to go on a marlin and tuna run, right? Have we caught anything that doesn't fall in the category of marlin and tuna? I don't think so. I don't think he's going to go on another big run. I think from here on out, it's just slow increments, back and forth, gain a little, lose a little, and then eventually we get him in. I could be wrong. I've been proven wrong before, but a lot of times it follows the same pattern. And eventually you just get to the end of the big runs, and then you just slowly take a couple steps forward more than the steps back. Question is, are we there yet? Seems like we are, but we might not be. But yeah, I don't know, maybe we just wrap it up after this fish. In just a little while, I'm going to go watch Inside Out 2 with my daughter, which should be a good time. Happy 4th of July weekend to everyone, at least that's aware of such a holiday. What do y'all think? Do you think the pumping actually does anything? So what I end up doing, because it's sort of just mindless, is I end up either pulling the rod up or letting the rod drop and then reeling in as long as the fish will let me reel in. And then as soon as it starts pulling against me, I just drop. I just do the opposite. And sometimes that seems to reset it. But I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure that's actually helping. It seems like whatever the program of the fish fight is, that's what's leading the dance. I just don't know how much agency the player has. it feels like you've just got to go through the program. That's how Fishing Planet's kind of always felt to me. And I could be wrong, and if you like really know this game in and out, you might say, oh no, you can shave seconds off here and there if you pump it right, or if you don't pump it at the wrong time, or if you don't reel against the fish, or if you constantly reel against the fish, or I don't know. But Fishing Planet has always felt that way. Very mechanical in the sense that you have got a dance that you've got to dance. And I don't care what you're doing, you're going to dance that dance. And then you'll catch the fish. But some of you know this game better than I do. Am I missing something on the technique of getting these fish in? Okay, now that's worth it. I mean, 40,000 is at least 10 fish of what I was talking about, the small ones, right? So I think that looks favorable. It's hard to deny but that does look favorable. Okay. Unique Yellowfin. And if you want the mark, that's where it was, and this was on the plug. Just trying to see what else we have over here in this same area. This has just been a very good area for me. I was gonna delete a different one if I had, yeah, like there's a trophy yellowfin. Unique ruby snapper. You're seeing all of my marks here. So this is interesting, right? We caught a trophy Pacific bluefin over here. There's another unique yellowfin, unique marlin. So over here seems to be another really good spot. Notice that's on the 85 gram. That was probably on the smaller line. That probably took about an hour and a half to get that fish in. Okay, so let's kind of see how we did here. How much daytime do I have? Yeah, I don't mind skipping for you all so you can see kind of what we've made here. We had a couple fish when we started, but most of the good fish we've caught. So unique yellowfin tuna is definitely like the best fish we caught for the day. Worth the most money, worth the most dollar bills. So let's just skip ahead to the next morning. Little XP, little money, and we'll extend. And we continue to make that XP bar move. You know, we'll be 64 eventually, but we still have a long way to go. All right, love it. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.